Well, this press conference is ongoing as we speak, but this is what we know so far. The big question today was whether the European Commission would find Italy to be violating its budgetary commitments. There was a question over that because it wasn't sure whether the Commission had an appetite for a fight with Italy, whether that would do more harm than good. But the Commission today stressed this is its job. It has to assess whether each EU country is respecting those budgetary commitments. It can't just ignore the fact that Italy's budget doesn't respect those commitments. So in the so-called 126 report today, they found that Italy is at serious risk of not being compliant with EU budgetary rules. Now, the Commission will pass this recommendation on to the 28 national governments of the EU, who have 2 weeks to decide whether they accept that finding or don't accept that finding. They are expected to accept that finding by a majority vote, and that means the Commission would then formally launch an excessive deficit procedure against Italy. Now, that would likely give Italy until July of next year to take action to get its budget in line with EU rules. Now, of course, the big concern here in Brussels is that this actually is what Italy's populist government wants. It wants a big showdown with Brussels. It wants an us versus them narrative, and this is handing them a gift on a platter. But on the other hand, if the EU doesn't enforce the rules that are in place, and that's the whole job of the European Commission, then the rules themselves will be seen as illegitimate. It's a tough spot in Italy, but of course we're already seeing reaction from the government, a tough spot for the EU rather, but we're already seeing reaction in Italy showing that they are relishing this fight. The next step after this is going to be when Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker has a dinner with Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte on Saturday.
Now, Jean-Claude Juncker is meeting the British Prime Minister also today, Theresa May. She's in Brussels as well. They're going to be sitting down together to talk again about Brexit ahead of this big summit that's coming up on Sunday. What do we think is going to come out of that meeting?
Yeah, that's happening around tea time today, as the British call it. So that'll be around 5:30. Theresa May is coming here to Brussels to meet with Juncker. It's assumed that that meeting is all going to be about how can the EU support Theresa May in this difficult time for her. She's, of course, facing potential leadership challenges and a potential that this draft Brexit deal that the two sides have worked out will be rejected by the UK Parliament. So what she will be asking Juncker for is some moves by the EU which will make it more likely that that can be passed in the UK. Now, of course, her key ask is probably going to be that that deal can be adjusted in some way, as some in her cabinet are calling for. Of course, Juncker will say, no, this is it, this is the final deal. But they may be able to find something symbolic that they could change, that could maybe make some MPs in the UK comfortable. So that's really the key thing that we'll watch for tonight. If they come out of that meeting finding anything symbolic that maybe gives Theresa May a little breathing room in the UK. Of course, this is all in the lead up to the summit being held here in Brussels on Sunday between the 27 EU leaders, where they will decide whether or not to endorse that Brexit withdrawal deal. They are expected to endorse that. The trickier thing may be the long-term strategy for the UK-EU relationship after Brexit. Spain, in particular, is voicing some pretty hardcore objections against that over the issue of Gibraltar. Perhaps Juncker and May will also discuss that Gibraltar issue tonight.
Dave, thank you for that. Dave Keating there reporting for us from Brussels.